The arena had already fallen quiet when Ergin Ataman stepped toward the microphone. Only minutes earlier, Turkey's hopes for a historic gold had slipped away in the final possessions against Germany. And now, after another emotional night, this time a EuroLeague defeat to Milano, the two losses collided into one heavy truth. Panathinaikos and Ataman himself stood at a crossroads. And tonight, he said something few expected. In both Istanbul and Athens, fans watched a coach known for defiance and fire choose honesty instead. After losing the EuroBasket final 83-88, after watching Milano overpower Panathinaikos 96-89, Ergin Ataman, two-time EuroLeague champion, one of the continent's boldest voices, did not hide. He opened with words that cut through the noise. "We are not such a great team to think that we are one of the favorites in this EuroLeague." It was a moment that reframed the night. Not anger, not excuses, just a rare, grounded look at where his teams truly stand. The night began with optimism. Panathinaikos entered Milano with a 9-14 record, confident, healthy, and positioned among the EuroLeague's upper tier. But early on, warning signs appeared. Milano's spacing stretched the floor. Armoni Grooks came out firing, hitting rhythm threes that shattered Panathinaikos' defensive structure. By the end of the first quarter, the Greens were still alive, but the cushion was shrinking. Then the collapse began. Through the second and third quarters, a full 20-minute stretch, Milano outscored Panathinaikos by 31 points. The defensive balance broke. Closeouts were late, rotations were hesitant, communication slept, and every Milano possession seemed to end with a clean look. On the other side, Panathinaikos played catch-up, leaning on individual talent rather than system rhythm. The pace turned sloppy, the spacing uneven, and Ataman's bench grew visibly tense. By the fourth quarter, the game had devolved into what Ataman later described as chaos basketball. Panathinaikos rallied enough to narrow the score, but the control never returned. Milano dominated from the inside out, and by the final buzzer, the defeat felt heavier than just a 7-point margin. Ataman's post-game tone was not explosive, it was measured, reflective, almost solemn. He began with giving Milano full credit. "Milan played a great game. After the first quarter, we completely lost our defensive balance with the shots of Armoni Grooks." Then came the deeper admission. "We are not such a great team to think we are one of the favorites in this EuroLeague." It wasn't self-pity, it wasn't frustration, it was clarity, and it echoed the emotional weight he had carried since Turkey's loss to Germany in the EuroBasket against Germany months earlier. In that game, Turkey came within minutes of a historic gold, only the second in their history, but late turnovers, missed looks, and Germany's sharp execution sealed an 83-88 defeat. After that final, Ataman said, "We are shocked and very sad. It was a tough match and both teams could have won. I'm proud of the players and the staff, but today everything looks dark." He refused to criticize individual players, even when asked about Alperen Şengün's final shot. "Şengün decided to shoot and I have nothing to add." The pattern across both losses was clear. Ataman wasn't shielding the truth, he was carrying it. Panathinaikos entered the season with high expectations, a redesigned roster, renewed ambition, and the pressure of hosting the 2026 EuroLeague Final Four. Every game carries added weight because Athens won't settle for merely qualifying. They expect to arrive with momentum, identity, and legitimacy. A 9-14 record isn't alarming, but it isn't dominant, and nights like the one in Milano magnify the gaps. Defensive discipline, three-point coverage, bench consistency, late-game composure. Turkish national team emotions still linger around Ataman as well. That EuroBasket silver was historic, Turkey's first major medal outside their home soil since 2001, yet losing a winnable final casts a long psychological shadow. Combining that heartbreak with a EuroLeague setback in the same week created a uniquely raw moment for the coach. He wasn't only analyzing the game, he was confronting the season's direction. Panathinaikos now sits at 9-6, still among the upper half but no longer in the early favorites category. Defensive volatility raises red flags. Consistency is the defining theme. Looking ahead, Next matchup, December 16th versus Fenerbahce. Long-term target, arriving at the 2026 EuroLeague Final Four as a legitimate contender. Reality check? Nights like Milano expose how far that journey still is. Meanwhile, the EuroLeague landscape grows tighter. Real Madrid and Barcelona set the pace, Monaco and Fenerbahce push upward, and Milano's resurgence complicates the mid-tier race. Ataman's admission wasn't pessimism, it was a public recalibration of expectations. While Europe processed Panathinaikos' stumble, the NBA delivered its own ripple. The New York Knicks, sitting at 17-7 and heading into the NBA Cup semifinal, have emerged as a team exploring backcourt reinforcements. According to reports, they are among the teams interested in acquiring New Orleans guard Jose Alvarado. Alvarado, beloved for his disruptive defense and trademark sneaky steals, is averaging 9.0 points, 3.1 assists, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.1 steals across 24 games this season. He's affordable at $4.5 million with 1 year remaining, making him an appealing asset for teams seeking high-energy rotation defense. The Knicks already feature depth behind Jalen Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, Landry Shamet, but Alvarado brings a completely different defensive identity. Should the Knicks pursue him, head coach Mike Brown gains another guard capable of changing tempo and pressure instantly. Across the Western Conference, another story took shape. Chris Paul's time with the Clippers appears to be approaching its close, and two contenders, the Houston Rockets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, have surfaced with interest. Both teams value Paul's leadership, late-game orchestration, and stabilizing presence. According to reporting, a Chris Paul trade on December 15th is not out of the question. The Timberwolves and the Rockets have each expressed a level of interest. Minnesota sees Paul as complementary insurance behind its rising core. Houston views him as a mentor capable of elevating the young roster's discipline and execution. At age 40, Paul remains one of the smartest decision-makers in basketball. Where he lands next could reshape the playoff picture. 2 continents, 3 storylines, and 1 through line. Teams and coaches confronting who they truly are. For Ataman, the message was blunt but necessary. Panathinaikos is talented, but talent alone doesn't crown champions. Turkey came close to a historic triumph. Panathinaikos is pushing toward relevance in a tightened EuroLeague race, and across the NBA, teams like the Knicks, Rockets, and Timberwolves are preparing for moves that could shift momentum heading into the season's midpoint. In the bigger picture, these moments, raw, honest, and decisive, define the stretch ahead. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and once you're done, click on the video on your screen right now.